I know you recently gave a talk as well on eating disorders. So maybe you can just go over for those listeners that may not be familiar with what constitutes an eating disorder and what are the most common types, and how do you know if you have one?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are various different types of eating disorders described in the DSM, and this is something that gets updated every time they update the DSM. So the general gist of it is an eating disorder is a psychological disorder in which your eating pattern is being manipulated in a way that is physically and or psychologically harmful to your body. And so that can happen in a number of ways. It may be through restriction of food intake. It may be through purging of food intake. So that's like inducing vomiting, abusing laxatives, diuretics, excessively exercising, or it may be through binge eating with or without purging. So that's sort of the basic symptoms that you can see across a variety of different eating disorders. And all of these can have a negative impact on both your psychological health, social functioning, and then, of course, your physical health as well. And in order for it to be diagnosed as an eating disorder, we do need to see that psychological and or physical impact of the eating pattern. And so, often people who have eating disorders don't necessarily recognize that what they are experiencing, the symptoms they're experiencing, are problematic. They may feel it's very necessary for them to do the behaviors that they're doing for one reason or another. So it's often loved ones or healthcare professionals who are seeing these patients that are examining them, seeing the physical signs, seeing the psychological manifestations, and able to kind of bring to light that this is a concern. And so it's something that I'm very passionate about educating physicians about, and then just the general public, and especially parents of adolescents, because adolescence is a very, very common time for eating disorders to develop, to be aware of some of these signs and symptoms.